Here it is. So we're going to talk about finances and credit. So right now, everyone's trying to get very, very tricky. A lot of people did not go out and buy things last year, right? We were in the middle of the pandemic. Everybody did not have money. They were scared. But now people are coming out. People want to spend money. And these credit card companies, these banks are looking now to trap you. Item number one, I just saw it today. I went into my Google account. I saw that American Express now is providing even more perks for their credit cards. And I said, what do you mean by more perks? So now they give you more cash rewards for spending money on Walmart, for spending money in other stores, because they know the more perks they can provide, the more stores that they can say, go shop here, they're going to generate more income, they're going to generate more kickbacks, or also you're going to get more into debt. Everyone right now is very thirsty. Everyone right now wants to close out their books. Ladies, gentlemen, the banks, all these financial institutions, they have a quota that they need to meet by the end of the year. And what they're trying to do now is they're trying to push things out to you so they can meet that quota. Always remember, Black Friday is to meet a quota. Cyber Monday, to meet a quota. All these things that they do is to meet quotas. So now they're trying to put it up in a very nice box with a nice bow so that you can get into debt. Ladies and gentlemen, 78% of Americans reported that they will not be able to pay off their credit cards in January. So anything and everything that they bought in October, November, or December for Christmas, they won't be able to pay in January. Imagine that 78% are going to be paying interest. And remember, the interest on these credit cards, if you do not pay them off, is 17 to 29%. So now you are super overpaying for these gifts that you're trying to give now to your loved ones. And they also said that 15% of those 78% of Americans say that they're only going to be able to make a minimum payment. So now interest is going to start compounding even more. We do not want to get into debt for trying to show our love to our loved ones. Our loved ones know how much we love them. We do not have to splurge more, go out of our budget to showcase that to them. So my tip number one today, and we're going to have questions and answers over here, guys. My tip number one is to lower down your debt. Start right now. Lower down your debt. Lowering down your debt does not mean that you have to pay off everything. Yes, ideally, I want you to have zero balances on all of your credit cards. That's what will be ideally. If you cannot achieve that, then item number two will be bring it down to a 25% of your credit limit. So if someone gave you $1,000 credit card, then you want to go and bring it down to $250. That's 25%. Do not go above that 25% threshold. If you do so, your credit score will drop by 40 points maximum. So you don't want that. You want to keep it low. Now, the more these credit cards that you could bring down, the better it's going to be, because your credit score is going to continue to get stronger and stronger and stronger. You're going to have that snowball effect of debt repayment, and you're going to start feeling good. It's almost like a gift to yourself that you're giving yourself for Christmas. Pay down debt. Debt is the killer of dreams. So remember, either pay it off right away, start right now, or bring them down to a 25% or less on those credit limits. Item number two, this is extremely important. Build a budget for your holidays. We have mom, we have dad, we have grandma, we have abuelo, cousins, nieces, spouses, girlfriends, boyfriends. We have so many people in our lives that we want to say, I love you to. But you have to build a budget. You got to know how much money you're willing to spend. you're willing to do, you need to do that right now. It cannot be in November. It cannot be in December when you say, you know what, I'm just going to max out every credit card and I'll wait for things to happen later on. You know that New Year resolution, it doesn't get achieved by February already. Everybody just goes it out the window. Don't allow this to happen. Start budgeting now. Start saying, okay, a kid is only going to get a $50 gift or $100 gift. Mom is only going to get this. Tia is only going to get this. Start budgeting yourself and start looking for a lot of coupons, a lot of rewards, so that you can start saving money. A great thing to do is that if you have a credit card that has high rewards, I just mentioned American Express earlier. American Express gives you a lot of rewards for things that you buy and you pay off. A lot of these credit cards, the rewards are things that you buy and pay off, not just buy. But if you do have this option, you can get those rewards, right? You can say, okay, I want a check, or I want a credit for this store. I want to go shop over here. Use those rewards that you've been keeping in your back pocket. That saves you money. That will also be very smart so you don't get yourself into debt and then you don't become that person that you cannot be able to pay off those debts. The third thing that I wanted to speak to today was Mint. So how to build a budget for the holidays. You need to have a platform on how to build a budget. Every single client that hires my firm, Second Chance Credit, we advise them to get mint.com. We believe so much in Mint because Mint is a service that's owned by Intuit, by TurboTax, or by, oh my God, I just went blank. But they do a lot of these business purposes to gauge your finances. So in Mint, you could put there your checking account, you could put there your savings accounts, you could put there your credit cards, your automobile loans, your student loans. So you can see your whole financial future there with Mint. But also you could put there how much money you want to save, and you could allocate where you want to save it to or for what. Also, Mint will help you remind yourself of payments that you need to make. So if there's a payment that you need to make today, you can actually set a reminder for today or 5 days before to make the payment, and you don't miss a payment. You will not be dropping credit score. You will not be losing credit scores. So Mint will help you out with your finances, with reminding of your payment, but also talking about this subject here of savings. You want to be able to say, okay, I want to budget myself for these holidays. That is a smart way to do so. So when November comes around or December, you know exactly how much money you have and how much money you want to use. Item number 4, freeze your credit. If you go right now, if you have a credit monitoring service like Experian.com or TransUnion, that's my FICO, or Equifax, that's Equifax.com, you could go there and you could freeze your credit. The number one crime in America, ladies and gentlemen, is identity theft. In the holidays, that's what they're looking for. They're looking to steal your identity. They're looking to see how they could grab your information and use it. If you lock your credit, no one can go and activate a new account, a new credit card, or a new loan. They cannot because the credit is frozen. You're the only one that can unfreeze the credit. But also, it's something really cool, ladies and gentlemen. When you freeze the credit, you also cannot go and apply for a credit card or a loan, right? So you cannot be tempted to do so. So it's like an offensive line, like a barrier, that you put yourself of temptation. Like, okay, I want that, I really want it, or I need to get it. But you're like, man, there's another step that I have to do for me to get it, for me to go and apply for a credit card. I have to unfreeze my credit. So it may be something to stop you from getting into debt because, the salesperson is doing their job and getting you very excited, but you're saying, no, I don't want to do this. So it may be extremely helpful for your own sake in not getting into debt, but also will be very helpful so that no one else can steal your credit or identity and you will not know about. So freezing your credit will be amazing. Item number 5. A lot of clients tell me, Chris, I'm getting so many subscriptions, so many people telling me, I want you to apply for my credit cards. And the credit cards that they're giving me are 0% interest. This is amazing. So I could buy gifts. I could buy all these gifts that I want for my family, for my loved ones, and I don't have to pay interest in it. So look what they're telling you. They want to give you a credit card. But how are they going to bait you in? They're going to bait you in with a 0% interest rate, right? Because they know that 80% of Americans are going to miss that one payment that they have in their little tiny fine prints. And if you miss that payment, within that 0% interest rate that they give you, 12 months, 24 months, then that interest rate jacks up to 29%. So it's a beautiful trap that they're doing. So if you do decide to get that credit card at 0%, you better make sure that you have that mint protecting you and reminding you of those payments. But also you have to remind yourself that if you do have the mint, to put that new credit card into that mint. Because we don't remember things like this. We have so much going on in our lives. Personally, in business, kids, it's so crazy, right? And now we're adding a new item to remember. If you do so, set it up in the mint. My advice is do not get trapped with the 0% interest rates. Why? Even if you make the payments on time, even if you do everything the right way, remember, debt is still debt, even at 0%. Wait is still wait, even at 0%. Don't get trapped on this. Your purpose, your goal should be with your credit and your finances to eliminate debt as quickly as possible. And by doing so, to have the best possible credit score. So if you do need to go and purchase an automobile for the family, or if you do need to go and purchase a new house for your family, right? Because you have a newborn coming up, Serge. So you will have the best credit and you have the most amount of money in your bank. But do not get fooled by these credit card companies that they're very good at what they do. These banks are very good at what they do in tricking you into getting you into debt. So remember, lower down your debt. Item number 1, bring it down to 0 if you can, all of them, or if you cannot, bring them down to 25% of the credit limit. So if you have a $1,000 credit card, bring it down to $250 and do not go over that. If you do go over, you will lose 40 points. If you do not go over it, you will gain 40 points on your credit immediately. Build a budget for your holidays. Remember, your loved ones love you already. They don't need you to go and overspend on items. They love you already. Build a budget. I'm not saying not to spend, not to show your gratitude or your love. Just build a budget. Set up Mint. Set up a platform, a financial platform that will allow you to see how much money you have coming in per month, how much money you have going out per month. Will remind you of your monthly payments, will set them up, or also that you can put there how much money you want to save, and it will help you keep track of it. Freeze your credit. Freeze your credit for those people that are trying to do malice to you, that want to steal your identity, that want to steal your information, or also freeze your credit for yourself. So you don't get temptation, so you don't have that temptation to go and overspend on items, right? Because when you freeze your credit, you're the only one that can unfreeze it. And last but not least, remember the 0% interest rate credit cards. If you do get one, if it is going to be of help for you, set it up on Mint so you remind yourself of that payment and you pay it off quickly. But also do not fall into that. That 0% interest rate is no debt. Debt is still debt, even at 0%. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Chris from Second Chance Credit. Thank you very much for being here today. Next month, we're going to do part 2 of finances and credit for the holidays. And also we're gonna roll one out in December. Our goal here is to help our community get very savvy with their finances and with their credit. Thank you very much. Have a great day.